Hi there, CSPR has been struggling to get above a key resistance level. So let's take a quick look and see where its price is heading. If you're new to my sessions, here are the key 3 items that I'll cover during the session. Let's start with the weekly chart of CSPR. So CSPR is still going through the testing stage where the whales are actively testing the demand and try to check out the last bit of paper hands. Before the narratives, the macroeconomic environment or geopolitical environment, before those improves, if you look at the gold and silver prices, that they're still staying at a high level, people are still in risk-off mode, or they are FOMOing into something else instead of crypto, there would be a little bit of wait until the money comes back to the crypto market, at least for altcoins. When I said in the beginning that CSPR has been struggling to get above a key level, this is where it is. The white line at around 0.006, that's the bottom of the long-term playground for CSPR. So these long wicks from above the candles show us that while the bulls are trying to break above that level, trying to climb back to within the box and to challenge the next step, the red key level of 0.01, 1 cent basically. The bears are still hammering them heavily. However, the price is still staying above this support line of 0.0045 that was set during the period of mid-December all the way into the beginning of this year. So for 3 weeks, that's set like a short-term support over there. And as of this moment, you see the wicks from these candles that it seems to be still a reasonably, I would say, trustworthy support, at least for the short term, okay? At least the bulls are trying to keep the price above that line, okay? That's what it is. If we go to the daily chart, I shared previously that the downtrend is still going on, okay? This downtrend for CSPR since July last year is still within the downtrend, okay? This channel box within the downward channel. It is trying to confirm a trend change, but like I shared earlier, somewhere in mid-Jan, before the 18th of January, there was an opportunity, but you see the bulls tried. They tried to get outside of the channel, but they failed. They got pushed back, and now the trading is heading towards the beginning of February. So there are 2 occasions in the very first 7 days of February. You see 2 triangles over here. If the bulls successfully keep the price above these 2 support lines, one at around 0.0045 that we talk about, the other is 0.0043. It's a little bit lower than the upper one just by looking at the previous price movements. Of course, the lowest is somewhere close to 0.004, but that was only a temporary period, like 2 days, staying around that price. So let's hope that this is not going back to that level. Not that I see it is, at least when looking at today's candle, you see this long wick from the bottom. So what I see the bulls are trying to do is to set a short-term support around here. Okay, let's bring this line back. All right, since the beginning of this year, the 7th, all right, just about almost 2 weeks ago, there was one occasion, the price staying around here, then the second occasion just a week ago, and now we are also at here. So this may be the short-term support, and if, like I said, the bulls successfully defend this line, we may get an answer sooner than February. All right, now that it's pointing towards the 27th, in roughly a week's time, if the bulls succeed in gathering sufficient strength to stay above this line of 0.0048, then the trend change confirmation would come in a week's time. All right, let's see whether that would happen. If they fail, then, like I said, we would have to wait till the beginning of the month. So that's for Casper. If you are interested in getting access to these sessions 2 days earlier than the others, it's time to join the membership now. Thanks for joining me. See you in other sessions.